Did you get in this morning or last night?
I got in Wednesday night because...
Why did everybody get in the secret agenda?
To see the racehorse farms yesterday. The thoroughbred racehorse farms in Lexington.
Oh, really?
If you have a chance. They're absolutely...
I'd love to see that. That sounds incredible.
They're not really open. Okay. They're not really open to the public, but I'm sure
We'll get...
you could round up.
We're rolling.
It's worth it.
Yeah? Yeah, maybe I'll go see that. Okay.
Well, first, I want to say how much I enjoyed the movie.
Oh, thank you. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't?
I haven't seen it yet. Like I said, I don't remember the scene, you know, the growth out of my head. I don't remember that scene.
At the screening last night, the scene that got the biggest applause was where you were kind of kickboxing the bad guys. Everyone just cheered and clapped.
That scene almost wasn't in there because we'd said we should do it, and then when we got to, we didn't have any time. They said no, and I'd been like, you know, training and working out, and they said no. So I spent like about 8 hours pouting, literally, like, you know, when you don't get something in the 5th grade, you're like, I can't believe it, give it to me. And so it got back to Joel, and Joel was like, does she really want to do this? I said yes. He goes, okay. They said if you can get something together in 15 minutes. So we and the stunt guys got together, and we came up with this little thing. And these are, you know, moves that we've been working on for forever. And I wanted it to be so it was my face and my body doing it at the same time. So it wasn't like a leg coming in and then me going, whoa. So we got it. Pouting does get you somewhere. So children know something that we don't as adults. And it worked out really well.
Yeah,
I think. I don't.
It was worth it. Your pouting.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was great. It was wonderful. What kind of training did you do? You said that you worked out.
They had Dave Lee is a great martial arts trainer that they had on set, and I danced all my life, so the extension parts I had that covered. My thing was not to hit somebody in the face while I was doing it or to injure the other actor who was in the scene, and to also keep the form relatively authentic. You know, how you land or how the foot is, or, you know, spinning out. So because I'm pretty out of control, I'll just do it and fling my body every which way, and they had to sort of keep me in line, and that's what they were there to do. You know, I had them off the side, you know, so, okay, there's a spin kick, and you land like this, and so that's what they did, and they helped me a lot. So
it's a great scene.
No extensive workout and training, you know. I say that I did it, and they'll probably say that I did it. The honest truth is there was about 2 weeks altogether that we got together, did a little punching, did a little work with the baton, and then we went and had some food. I didn't really work that hard. Sly and Wesley did all the working out. I did the eating.
Okay. Now, playing somebody in the 21st century, did you find yourself fantasizing about what it would be like to really live?
Yeah, I mean, I love things. I mean, I think everybody loved the Jetsons. I mean, you looked at it because, you know, it was all fantasy. Everything was done for you. Everything was, you know, pre-prepared for you. There's nothing that you had to do, and that's basically what this is. Everything is dictated, you know, to you on how you should live your life, and it's a little scary, you know, if we continue to keep our morals as low as we do now, this might actually happen, you know, if we don't, you know, find a cure for AIDS, or if we don't get a hold of it and really work hard on it instead of going, oh, it's not going to happen to me, and just let it bypass us. We're not going to have the luxuries that we do of touching another person's body, being physical, or the freedom of going wherever you want in privacy and things like that. So if we don't get a hold of ourselves, it could very well happen. You know, I don't know to this extent, but, you know.
Now, the love scene between you and Sylvester Stallone.
Everybody
what was that
wants
like?
To
I
know
know
about
everyone wants to know about that.
Okay, it was the second day that I worked, and they basically sent me in the room. They said, okay, this is where you have to have the love scene. What was difficult was it was a love scene, you couldn't touch him. It was like 3 feet away, and, you know, now be sexy, and, you know, and that's difficult. How do you know what sexy is? One man's sexy is another man's, you know, perversion. So I didn't know what I was doing, you know, how to reach orgasm properly and make it sound real and yet still funny, which my orgasms could very well be funny. I don't know. I've never taped them. So it was a little uncomfortable, and Sly was really good about it. And, you know, it's Sly. He's got a great body. It's Sylvester Stallone. So you don't have to, you know, imagine too much. You know, it's just a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah. It made me think of the was it in When Harry Met Sally? When
Brian.
It's sort of classic. Classic.
And then in looping, okay, now could you do that again? No, we need you to climax at some point. I'm like, what happens if I don't climax? Sometimes that happens. Yeah. So it's embarrassing. I don't care what anybody says. It's always embarrassing because you think other people are looking at you, looking at your body, laughing, things like that. So it's a little intimidating, but you just sort of barrel through it, and you know, you get the reward of a little kiss at the end, and you just go home with that. Just tell
I
your
think it'll
friends.
be a great classic love scene in history.
Classic
Yeah.
love scene. History-making love scene today.
Was it hard to come back to the 20th century after having been immersed in that?
Yeah, it is a little. It is just because the language was so stilted, and she was very sort of naive and pure. And then I went immediately into another job, so I had to kind of just forget about it. It was a little difficult. It's always difficult when you go from one right into the other because you always have a little residue left over. But it's like, you know, it's like good therapy. You know, you get this little side of you out of your system, you get tired of that side of you, then you do something that's this side. But it was fun. I had a really good time.
Yeah. How about the cars? Were they
The
fun to
cars
drive?
were unbelievable. I hope to God they don't make those cars because they are so cramped. I mean, it's like it has enough room. It's like molded to your body, you know. And they're like little sports cars. There's no 4x4s. That's what I like. I like the, you know, macho 4x4s. They make you feel tiny and, you know, empowered. But they're great looking, aren't they? They're unbelievable looking cars. I just don't like them. I didn't like the cars. I mean, don't get me wrong. They were really nice and everything, but I wouldn't buy one. But they were real working prototypes. The windows worked, everything worked.
I guess we'll find out.
I guess we will.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very